would not believe the conversation we just had, people. Hey, I'm Greg.
I'm John.
I'm Hector Navarro.
Hector Navarro from Screen Junkies News is
You
here.
Spider-Man that stuff. You don't have the goggles anymore.
I
You're
know.
all buff.
Crazy. No, I'm
like
Josh
a
Macuga.
different
Thanks for
Josh
having me.
Macuga from the Josh Macuga Show on YouTube, and of course Collider videos, Collider TV Talk, and other Collider segments. Go watch our interview that John Humphrey and I did on the Josh Macuga Show, where we talk politics, race, religion,
All of that very serious
We
stuff.
solved the North Korea issue.
You guys know of an actor named Thomas Cruise, right?
I know him personally.
Thomas J. Cruz.
Thomas J. Cruise. Thomas Jonathan Cruise is his
From
full
Far and Away,
Scientology
right?
name.
Shut him! So,
He has this new movie coming out that I'm definitely skeptical about called The Mummy.
Oh,
But there's a featurette called Stunts. I wonder if it's about Tom Cruise doing a bunch of stunts.
I predict that many people will talk about how great Tom is and Tom's vision, and probably say touch upon
He's a genius.
how much of a daredevil he is,
And how much him on set inspires them.
he really is fighting the
Tom goes 100%. He legit thinks that he is a mummy in these scenes, and it's really a testament to the writers and the talent that Tom is able to pull this off, because he is 100% our greatest actor in cinema right now.
Because this is the thing, this is the thing that sells every Tom Cruise movie right now,
Yeah.
is what's the crazy life risk he's taking this time.
In this one, he actually turns himself into a mummy. He wraps himself, he puts himself in a coffin for upwards of 100 years, and he comes out. It's a crazy stunt.
We cracked time travel, sent Tom Cruise back, mummified.
Scientology was correct this whole time!
I mean, honestly, if we invent a time machine, who's the one person we send back in time? Tom freaking Cruise. There's only one person to represent our society perfectly, and it's Tom Cruise. Put the Scientology aside, he's gorgeous looking, he can run really well into camera, he does his own stunts, he makes women sign contracts of marriage. I mean, the guy is genius.
He's in perfect man. Let's watch Tom in his stunts.
He's got all the right moves.
Mummy's gonna have great action and real thrills. We want it to be wild and violent and erratic and spontaneous.
To have Tom Cruise in this movie is so huge for us. It just changes the game completely.
His energy is infectious. He's got to top himself every time action.
Courtney B. Vance, huh?
His passion, his drive, his determination lights the way for us all.
She's from Peaky
Fills
Blinders.
you up with this childhood enthusiasm where you're like, I want to make the movie that Tom sees.
Cool. What are you?
Tom, he's really good at pushing to keep it real.
As much as I would love to
Whoa!
Tom's in the vehicle, and yeah, that brings on the nose because he's a good driver and he's a fast driver.
I really did think, okay, let's just put stuntman in there. And then
Whoa.
I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go
Pretty
in
intense.
it.
Whoa!
I just found out I'll be running on a building that collapses. I say to Tom, let's pull the plug on this one, my dude. Let's bail out. And there's going to be that adrenaline rush, and you're going to love it, and then you're going to go like, all right, let's go again, and let's go again.
He loves it.
So he
Oh, the zero G thing is
Inside a
incredible.
real plane.
Tom always pushes the boundaries, and this is one of those.
Oh, it wasn't just all CGI.
No, that scene looked pretty real.
No, that's real.
Yeah. The stuff out
Tom brings
when
out
the
the best
things
of
get
everybody he's in the
blurred.
scene with, and he brings every ounce of energy he has to.
We could write these things.
I felt very brave around him. He inspired a bravery, and that's an incredible gift to give someone.
I've never seen somebody that committed in my life.
Oh, she's awesome.
Genuinely.
To have
It's
everyone
Tiffany Smith.
feel proud about the effort they've spent to make something of quality. That means a lot to me.
It's the only actor in the world who could find the plane mid-air 3 times. It's really me. It's me. It's really me.
Whoa, Tom! Damn! Man, you know what trips me out is I feel like when we hear about Tom Cruise doing stunts, we always think of like the huge ones. Him
Yes.
hanging off the building, the airplane sequence in Rogue Nation.
Yeah.
But even seeing like those smaller stunts, like him rolling down a dirt hill, Or even like slamming his head into a padding with Russell
The
Crowe.
last time I rolled down a hill, I was like 14, and it hurt a lot. Tom Cruise is like 72 years old at this point. Gee, yeah, I mean, you gotta give the dude credit. Listen, I gotta tell you guys, before this, we wrote this featurette. It's incredible that we were that spot on with the whole thing. But do you guys watch Peaky Blinders on Netflix?
No, I want
First
to.
of all, it's an incredible series. Watch it. It's only 18 total episodes at this point, so it's not. It's 3 seasons, 6 episodes apiece.
Is that the one with my man?
Cillian Murphy.
Yes.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
And so the love of his life is the girl that plays the lead in The Mummy.
Gotcha.
Her name is Grace. She's Irish. She's an Irish police officer. And in Peaky Blinders. Tommy, it's not right, Tommy. But it is.
Good job.
She's awesome in that show. But we could watch Stunts all day, and they look incredible. It still did nothing for me for the movie. Like,
Really?
is the movie gonna do it? Is the movie
Here's
good?
the thing. This ended, and I feel 2 very different ways about this at the same time. But when this ended, I thought to myself, it really seems like The Mummy just sold me Tom Cruise.
It's true. When I saw the trailers, I kept saying like, I don't feel like I'm gonna go watch a Mummy movie. I feel like I'm gonna go watch a Tom Cruise movie.
Mission Impossible.
Mummy, yeah, Mummy Impossible.
Mummy
Impossible. That's what it feels like though. And then watching this though,
his name is Nick now.
It made me a little more okay with going in to see a Tom Cruise film than seeing a Mummy film. That's one thing it did for me.
100%.
I mean, when Jake Johnson is saying, as much control as Tom has as a producer, when he was saying like, this movie working with Tom makes me want to make the movie that he sees. And I was thinking like, well, you're not making the movie Tom sees. You're seeing the movie that you think Tom thinks he's going to see. Because he's not the director or writer behind this.
I would love if in a featurette cut to the director and he's like, I don't know, I haven't done anything the whole time. Tom basically just directs the movie.
This is really just Tom's movie. I haven't done for the entire production.
Tom has. It seems like he does have a lot of a say in how his movies turn out.
I'm sure he does.
And I mean that's what's weird to me about this is like on the one hand, they're really putting this on Tom Cruise. Like, and if this doesn't do well,
let's do the
people gonna look at Tom.
The producer look. This is producer look.
Yeah.
It's Tom's vision.
But
he sells this movie.
On the other hand, I do think that Tom Cruise's involvement does bring something to this giant movie because at least when he shows up for a giant movie, they throw down on the physical stuff like this.
And he's great at intensity too. Like,
Fate of the Furious just came out, and we saw that. And even though that wasn't by all means a tremendous film, you know,
it was fun.
They put a lot of effort into really smashing cars and stuff a lot of the time and doing it full scale. And this is like watching these action sequences. I think Tom Cruise's movies are better than Fast and the Furious movies, but that same level of like, at least if they're gonna rip up London, a lot of that is gonna be really spectacular with real stunts and stuff. And
well, even like the one inside the studio, the green screen with the cars flipping, and then he falls out of the car and has to land on it. That's a hard land to make sure you get right when you're starting off sideways.
And those zero-G planes, they're really, really expensive to do. But my buddy's a producer on The Bachelor, and they did it on The Bachelor this season. And so they took a couple of the producers up in it real quickly to show them, like, do you think that the contestants would want to do this? And he got down and he was like, oh, this was a lot. And you saw that scene in that zero-G plane. It's pretty incredible. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I mean, if The Bachelor can do it,
Tom Cruise can
do it.
We should do a Bachelorette with Tom Cruise as the Bachelor. Good Lord.
Ratings through the roof.
Oh my God.
I would believe every woman who falls in love with him on that.
Do you accept this rose? Yeah. Okay, now you have to get audited, but good luck with that.
Okay, what I'll say with this is like, even though the overall movie I'm still skeptical about.
We all are.
I would still say, because I don't remember like when The Mummy was announced with Brendan Fraser that everyone was like, it's Brendan Fraser's movie, The Mummy. or the original, it was all about The Mummy.
Brendan Fraser's empire.
Are you insulting the Hollywood legend that is Brendan Fraser?
Hey, no, he's amazing.
George of the Jungle. You're insulting School Ties?
He is in one of my favorite growing-up movies, Blast from the Past.
That is a great movie.
Great movie.
I'll tell you what, in Brendan Fraser's short career of perfection, he was in some incredible movies.
Oh, totally.
Encino Man, School Ties, with
is
honors.
Spinal Tap.
This is I mean, dude, he's a talented dude. And the Mummy franchise basically launched Scorpion King, which then launched The Rock. Yeah. So if we can make anything from the Mummy franchise,
Tom Cruise and The Rock in a movie,
gave us The Rock.
Think about that. The origin story of The Rock. WWE, yes, But mostly it's the Scorpion King, and then flush forward as being a movie star.
Can you imagine Tom Cruise in the next Fast and Furious movie?
Put him in.
I could actually believe that.
Put him in.
I think they would go back to every stunt being real cars, and he would be involved in the actual flips of the cars.
Yeah.
I think Tom Cruise would be a perfect villain. He's so intense and charming at the same time.
Well, now we're just talking about Expendables plotline. But with Fast and the Furious.
He would have to be the kind of villain, though, who like has a really clear and justifiable purpose, who at the end of the film will end up working with their team. But like, because it's Tom Cruise, how many of these is he really going to do? So like, he'll show up once in a while after that.
All right. Okay. Well, hey, I'll still be watching this movie despite whatever people say about it. I'm like, yeah, I'm going opening weekend. I'm too curious to see how this turns out.
Too fast, too curious.
That's actually the biggest thing this movie has going for it for me right now is I am very curious about this. I'm not hopeful. Yeah,
I'm
we've talked
just
about
curious enough to wait till it comes out.
I'm curious, and what I would love more than anything is if it somehow charmed me. You know, like
yes.
I really do want it to be good because it's the Mummy. Like they're bringing back the classics. Like this should be good.
Well, I think what they need is a featurette on who the Mummy is a little bit more.
Yeah,
because
it's Sophia Botella who's from Kingsman.
Yeah, no, she's really cool, and she's in Atomic Blonde. And,
Star Trek Beyond.
Beyond, and I think that right now only one really cares about is Tom Cruise. I want to care a little bit more about who the Mummy is. But anyway, let's move on with our lives.
Okay.
Her name is in the title.
Subscribe to the Real Rejects. Click that notification bell.
Click
Recently launched Patreon. Have an interview with Macuga coming up. John Humphrey. Reasons to Jerry on Twitter and Instagram. AKA MVP of the Movie Trivia Schmodown.
Click him.
Josh Macuga from the Schmodown as well.
Click me.
He is, what are you? Everyone's hero?
At Josh Macuga. No, the Wild Man.
The Wild Man, that's right.
Josh Macuga of the Real Rejects episode of the Josh Macuga Show.
Yes, correct.
Can you just go on and start representing the Real Rejects when you play the Schmodown?
Sure.
That would just help our reputation out a lot. Josh Macuga Show on Josh Macuga Show of the Josh Macuga Show. Go check it out on YouTube, where John and I got an interview on the Josh Macuga Show. And he's on Collider Videos, Collider TV Talk, Comic-Con HQ's guy. Oh my God, he's everything Collider as well. He's one of the main faces. Just love him, adore him. He's the main teddy bear.
The main mug.
It's my Marlon Brando. It's not that good.
Your Marlon Brando makes me become Nosferatu.